Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ige Apiola, and if this is your first time here, you're welcome. In my last video I showed you guys how to cut this beautiful jumpsuit. That's why I'm showing a recap. Guys, you need to watch that video before you come and watch the sewing version. This will enable you understand better. I mean, that's the reason for watching a tutorial, isn't that? So go back, watch that one, and come back to the sewing version, and I can assure you you're going to enjoy it. So let's move over to the video of today. The first step of today's video is taking in our darts. You're taking your dart for both the half cut and the trouser part on both the lining piece and the main fabric. When you're done taking in your dart, take it to your ironing table and press it flat. After pressing it, you put your fabric and your lining right sides facing each other in order to turn your neckline. This is exactly what I'm doing. After putting all of them right sides facing each other, including that of the trouser part right sides, I take them to the sewing machine to turn the neckline. After turning the neckline, I top stitch. Guys, top stitching is very important to ensure that your neckline is flat and neat. Okay, then when I'm done with the neckline, because I do not plan to turn this outfit fully with the lining because I'm planning to weave it, I will just stitch down the lining on the fabric piece. You can decide to turn yours fully, but I decided not to turn mine fully because I just want to weave it when I'm done sewing. So I just used the sewing machine to hold the lining in place on the fabric. If you guys get what I'm talking about, just take a look at what I'm doing. Okay, like I said earlier, you can decide to turn yours fully and not go through this method, but I'm just sticking to the easy way today. Okay, then the next step is to hold in my zipper allowance. I am trying to hold in the zipper allowance so that I can be able to join the sides with the right amount of allowance. My zipper allowance, if you remember from last time, was 1.5 inches from the previous video, I mean, and that is exactly what I'm joining here right now. So once you're done with your zipper allowance, we're going to move to joining the sides with the allowance with my body measurement. And to join the sides, you just take your measuring tape and take your measurements divided by 2. For mine, my bust divided by 2 is 18.5 and my waist divided by 2 is 14. Okay, so I'm going to go to the trouser part right now, which is what you can see on the screen, and join it like I did before. Like I said, I'm not turning this fully with the lining. I'll just join the lining, then when I'm done sewing, I weave it. Okay, yeah, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm stitching the lining to the fabric piece, and in this case, the right sides facing each other stuff that we do does not apply here. And like I said earlier, I'm just going through the easiest route today. You can decide to turn yours fully, guys. I'm just repeating this so that you know that there are different ways to getting a particular result. But for me, I'm just going to attach my lining to the fabric. Yeah. The next step is to join the front crotch, and I'm taking out my 1/2 inch allowance to enable me get the right amount of allowance while joining. Okay, so here is what the front crotch area looks like. It's looking really nice, as you can see. Then now we're going to move to the back crotch area and join it. We're going to measure our allowance like we did for the front as well and stitch it. As you can see, I'm stitching mine right now. Yeah, so after stitching that, then I'm going to join the front and the back piece by the side only because we need to add our gathers at the knee length, if you can remember. In the previous video, I told you guys how I cut out the part that I used for my gathers. I cut it out 70 inches by 23 inches, and the 70-inch part is what I used in forming my gathers. Just go ahead, form your gathers like I did here and attach it to the knee area. That's exactly what I'm doing. I joined mine, and when I was done, I closed the sides of the trouser. Now let's move on to the sleeves. For the sleeves, I cut out the same 70 inches by 23 inch. Okay, and what we're going to hem right now, because we're going to be adding elastic, is that 70-inch part. We're going to hem the beginning and the end in a way that the elastic will be able to pass through it. I am making use of 1/2 inch elastic, so I'm going to be hemming mine in a way that the 1/2 inch elastic will be able to pass through it. But you're going to do yours in a way that your own elastic will be able to pass through it, in case you're using 1 inch elastic. So you hem it in a way that you leave space for an inch elastic to pass through. Now I'm trying to transfer the armhole on my top to the sleeves. I did that by folding the 2 sleeves into 2 and taking the armhole area. I placed the top on top of the sleeve and I traced out the armhole area. Okay, I'm just repeating this so that you guys can see how I did it. This is the easiest way to get your armhole for your off shoulder. Now we are going to put in our elastic at the shoulder part and the arm area. For the shoulder part, the length of our elastic is 8 inches, and for the arm part, the length of our elastic is 10 inches. I'm going to show you how I put my elastic using a safety pin. I just put it the way you see me doing. I just put it in, drag it. Don't mind me, but guys, just take a look at how I'm doing it, and I'll just fix it for both. Then I'll hold it down while fixing. You know how this elastic can be. If you don't hold it down, you might just get far and the stuff will just go in. The elastic will go in and you have to start afresh. Then when I was done, I loosened the sides of the top a little bit to enable me attach my sleeves. So as I was done, I went ahead to attach my sleeves carefully before I join back the sides. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Just watch and see what I'm doing. The next step is to attach our half cut with our trouser part, and before we do that, we're going to loosen the zip allowance that we held in initially. I'm just using pins here to ensure that all the darts align and the side seam aligned before joining with 1/2 inch. When you're done, put in your zip. After putting in my zip and hemming the base of my gathers, here is what I have. If you enjoyed watching this tutorial, don't forget to hit the like button. If you have any question at all, leave it in the comment section. I'll reply ASAP. Thanks for watching.